Alright, so in this video, I want to show you how to easily export your first degree connection on LinkedIn, and I will show you how to do it for free with, of course, some limitation. And at the end, I will show you how to do that with LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Targeting people in your first degree connection is really important because these people already know your first name, last name, what you do. Maybe they've already seen your profile picture. So when you reach out to these people, you have a much higher response rate. So basically, when you reach out to your first degree connections on LinkedIn, you are doing what I call warm outreach because these people already know you. If you are new on this channel, my name is Vincent. As you can hear, I'm French. I previously had an outbound agency and I spent literally my days on LinkedIn and Sales Navigator to try to find the best leads for my clients. And now I run a SaaS called Give Me Leads that help salespeople and founder of companies building qualified lead list from LinkedIn and Sales Navigator. When I had my agency, the first thing I did when I was connected to the LinkedIn accounts of my clients was to reach out to their first degree connections because that's the easiest and quickest way to book meetings and at the end make business. So let's go on LinkedIn and check how to export your first degree connections for free. All right, so let's check how to get your first degree connections. So here we are on my LinkedIn account. So if you want to get access to your first degree connections, you have to click on My Network here. Then on the left, you have Connections. You click, and then here you have the list of all your connections sorted by recently added. So if you want, you can scroll to see all the people you have in your first degree connection. But of course, what's interesting is to add some filters to get only people that are interesting for you. So to do that, I have to click here on Search with Filters. So I click here, and here I have the list of all the people that are in my first degree connections. On top of the screen, I have some filters, for example, location, current company, actively hiring, and we have this button here, all filters. So I will click on all filters, and on the right side, I will have the filters that are available for free. So you have locations, so basically where the lead is based. You have current company, connections off, followers off, past company, school, industry, profile, language, open to service categories, and you can add some keywords if you want to do something specific with your targeting. So let's take an example and say that I want people based in the US and working for the company Aircall. And I click on Show Results. And here I see that I have one result. So I have Ryan, who is in my first degree connection, based in the US, working for the company Aircall. So let's take an example with more people. So let's say that I want people based in the US in the industry advertising services. Show results. And here, as you can see, I have 155 persons that are in my first degree network based in the US in the advertising services industry. So what's good with people that are in your first degree connection is that you have to click on message and then you are able to send a message to these people. You don't have to send a connection request as you have to do when you want to reach out to someone who is in your second or third degree network. Now that you know how to export your first degree connections on LinkedIn with some filters, I want to show you another way to do that. And with this new way, you will be able to get all your connections in a CSV file. Now, the second way to export your first degree connections on LinkedIn for free is to go here on Me. Then you click on Settings and Privacy. On the left, you click on Data Privacy. Here, get a copy of your data. And you will be on this page. You just have to click here on the first choice and then you click on this button. Then you have to wait, they say 24 hours, but it's less. So let's say you just have to wait a few hours. So after a few hours, you will get an email like this one. You just have to click on download and it will download a folder like this one where you have all the data from LinkedIn. And here we are interested by connections.csv. So if I open the file, I will get the list of all my first degree connections. So I've just uploaded the file connections.csv on a Google Sheet. And here, as you can see, you have the list of all the people that are in my first degree connection network. So I have more than 2,600 people. So the informations I have are first name, last name, the LinkedIn URL, email address, but I don't have that much. Yeah, I don't have that much. The company, the position, and connected on. So with this file, you have all your first degree connections, you have some informations, but the problem is that you don't have enough information if you want to filter your leads properly. For example, of course, you can filter people that are CEO or founder, but you can't filter, for example, people that are founder in a company size between, I don't know, 11 to 50 people. You don't have this information. If you don't want to reach out to a lot of people, of course, you can check on each link manually if it's a good fit for you to reach out to these people. But of course, it's limited and you will waste a lot of time to check every single lead. So on LinkedIn, of course, you can get your first degree connections, but it's hard and time consuming to filter the leads so that you only get people that are a good match for you or your business. So now that you know how to export your first degree connections on LinkedIn for free, and you saw that we have some limitations, I want to show you how to do that with the paid version of LinkedIn called Sales Navigator. So if you want to access Sales Navigator, you have to click here on top right of your screen. You have to click here, and then you will be on the home page of LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So as I told you, it's a paid plan, so you have to pay something like $100 a month. But if you want to try it out, you have a 1 month free trial. So now let's go on lead filters here. I click here, and here on the left, I have a lot of filters such as company headcount, current job title, industry, geography, and so on. But if you want to get access to your first degree connections, you have to click here, connection. And here you have to select first degree connections. So if I click here, I will get on the right side of my screen all the people that are in the first degree connections of my co-founder Grégoire. So as you can see here on top right of the screen, Grégoire has 277 people in his first degree connections. If you want to check the people in your network, you can of course scroll a little bit, click on the next page here, for example, and see who is interesting for you or not. But the real power of Sales Navigator is the filters here that you have on the left. So for example, I can say that I want people in my first degree connection in a company headcount between 11 to 200 people. And here, as you can see, we have 84 persons that are in the first degree connections of Grégoire in a company headcount between 11 to 200 people. So now let's say that I want to add some filters, and I will click here, current job title, and say I want CEO. I write CEO within a quote so that I say to LinkedIn, I want people who have in their job title the exact word CEO. It's what we call a Boolean search. I will not dive into this topic because I've already made a video that you can access on top right of your screen. But just to let you know that if you want to do a really good targeting for a current job title, you have to use the Boolean search. It's not that hard and it will help you a lot to be more accurate in your search. So here, as you can see, we have 10 people that are in my first degree connections in a company headcount between 11 to 200 people with a current job title CEO. So if I scroll, I see CEO, president CEO, that's good, founder CEO, perfect. And here we have a good example of LinkedIn mistakes. So chairman of the wellness committee is not CEO. And if you export the leads and reach out to Sarah, it's probably not a good fit for you if you want to reach out to CEO. So on LinkedIn, you have between 10 to 40% of your search that don't match perfectly your filters. And that's why at the end, you have to filter your results manually, or you can use a tool that will filter the leads. So at the end, you only have clean data that match your filters. So as you can see, with Sales Navigator, you have more options. It's faster and easier to export your first degree connections with good filters. And by good filters, I mean filters that help you to identify your ideal customers. So if you want to use LinkedIn to just reach out to a few people every week or every month, I recommend you to stay on the free version. You don't need Sales Navigator. But as soon as you start to be more serious curious about outreach, I recommend you to use Sales Navigator because you will better identify your leads and it will be way faster. So now that you are happy with your search and you want to export these leads into a clean leads file like this one, for example. So for example, Omi Diaz Cooper is here. So if you want to get the leads into a file like this one, you need a third-party tool to export the leads from Sales Navigator into a clean leads file like this one, where you have all the results from your search. So for that, you can click in the first link in the description. You will be on the website Give Me Leads. So you do the quick onboarding, and all you have to do is to copy-paste this LinkedIn URL in our tool, and then you will have a file like this one. So with this file, you have first name, last name, company name, job title, LinkedIn URL, and the verified email. So here we do two things. First, we make sure that the data is clean, so you don't have rocket emojis in the first name of your leads. We make sure that the capital letters are well formatted. And the second thing we do is to make sure that every single person match perfectly your criteria. So for example, here we have Sarah Martin, and we have here is valid. No, because her job title is chairman of the wellness committee, and it's not CEO. So with this filter, you make sure to only contact people that match your criteria. So if you want to easily export your leads from Sales Navigator into a clean leads file, you can click in the first link in the description. Now, if you want to master Sales Navigator, I put somewhere in the screen the 1 hour masterclass I made on Sales Navigator, where I cover how to target wealthy people, how to use every single filters on Sales Navigator, and so on. So you can click somewhere in the screen. I wish you an happy prospecting, and I see you in the next video. Bye.